edition of the Market Marauder Show, beating the market one trade at a time. If you're new to the Market Marauder Show, it's an investment channel, helps you to find best deals in the market. If that's something you're interested in, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Definitely helps the YouTube algorithm promote the videos. Alright, so getting closer to the end of trading for today. Hopefully everybody was able to lock in some profits from the beginning portion of trading. There's a lot of good moves out there in the market. Going to be going back over the watch list. There was also, for the crypto world, there's also an update on Cardano. Project Alonzo has been confirmed. So, congrats to everybody out there in the Cardano community. That's going to be launched September 12th. So, definitely going to be keeping a close eye on ADA's price range as the fluctuation continues. But overall, the crypto market seems to be a little bearish in general. So, we'll wait to see what's going on with that. So, jumping into some of these moves in here, getting closer to power hour. We can see the first one on here is ticker sign Kplt. So if you have any suggestions of stocks you want me to look at as it gets closer to the end of trading for today, make sure you drop in the comment section down below. And then also check out the other streams from this morning. So first one on here we have ticker sign Kplt, which is looking very bearish at the current moment. This is their 1 minute chart. They hit a low of 653, but they're starting to rally back up a little bit at 659. So a lot of people jumping into this one. Volume seems to be increasing as well on this one. So definitely gonna be looking to see how it performs. VWAP is still significantly high on this play as well. So we're just going to see in general how Kplt goes. So if we go back towards the beginning of trading today, they did jump all the way up to $7.15. So that was kind of the high for Kplt for today. Their low today was like $6.66. They shot up to $7.15 and down. They went, well, their new low was at 653. So definitely going to be looking at Kplt to see if they can rally back up. They will have to retest the moving average 50 and 100, which is at 678 and 669. So they'll definitely have to retest both those levels, but Kplt definitely still has a lot of volume in this one. And as we get closer to power hour, I think it may potentially rally. Looks like a lot of supports coming in for this one as well. Next, we have Mmat, which is starting to rally back up a little bit. So we can see they're at 534. If we zoom out a little bit more, they did hit a high today. So they ended this high at the end of trading on the 3rd at 570. Today they fell all the way down to 512, then kind of bounced and went back up to this peak at 545. So that's definitely a key level to look at for as we get closer to the power hour for Mmat. So $5.34 is where they're currently at. $5.45 is a nice target price to look at for Mmat. So starting to see a couple of green candle patterns coming in for them. So that's definitely a positive move forward for Mmat. Next we have AMC. So AMC, one of the meme stocks. Shout out to the apes out there holding AMC. They had a low of 46.30, so that was kind of low for today. Shot up to 47.44, so they're at 47.11. Potentially they could bounce off of this level right here, which is moving average 50 at 47.09. If they do bounce, then going to be looking at that 47.44 level. If they do continue their bearish downward trend, looking for another potential bounce at a 46.97. So AMC is still looking significantly strong overall, but we'll like it to go back to retest this 47.44 level. So we'll see as we get closer to power hour what they do if they start to rally up. So Apple looking nice. $57 even is where they currently are at. If we scroll back, target price is 57.26, which they're semi close to. But you know, Apple definitely has some news on the horizon. They do have their Apple Day event, which is going to be hosted next week on the 14th of September. So I think that's next Tuesday. So next Tuesday, Apple is going to be having their event. Definitely a lot of good updates coming from Apple on that. Potentially new iPhone and potentially new Apple Watch. So definitely pretty cool updates on there. Gave got. Yeah. So let me look at GLT real quick. Let me add it to the watch list. I'll add GLT on here. Let me look at GLT. Sorry, it adds GLT to the bottom of the watch list, so I have to scroll down to look at it. GLT doesn't seem like there's much volume surrounding them. Let me go to their 30-minute chart. On their 30-minute chart, they definitely had a pretty bearish downward trend today. They did have a low on the 20th of 1527. Um, is it GLT or GILT? Oh, my bad. I'm tripping. Let me look at GILT. I apologize for that. I thought that said GLT. So GILT. Okay. All right. Let's make sure we got the right one that we're looking at on here. All right. So GILT. So this is for Kplt satellite. Okay. So on here, they had a low today. Let's go to the 1-minute chart. Let's see what's going on. So they jumped up to 965 on the 30-minute chart. We can see that a low of 950. They're currently at 963. Let's zoom out some more and see what's going on. So on the 25th, they shot up 1058. They had a low of 932. Shot up to 1058. They became bullish on here. Crossed the threshold around 820. And then kind of had a peak around 1051, but couldn't hit that 1058 resistance level. So 1058 seems to be a pretty decent resistance level for them, and something to look at for as a potential price in the future. But as for them currently, they did hit a low. I would say they hit a common bottom of this 950 range. So when I say common bottom, um, let's see, actually use some of the tools on here. So common bottom, I would say it's this section right here. So as far, let's see, what's a good color for this? Something that we can all see. We already using yellow. Let's just use white. Okay, so as far as a common bottom is concerned, I say the word common bottom, which is basically means that it is hitting that low prior. So previously it has hit that same low. So for GILT, on the 19th. It hit that low, but a significant thing to look at is this was kind of the beginning of this range up here to 1058. So it's definitely an important level to look at. They hit that level again today at this 9 or this 951 level. They hit that again today and started to potentially rally back up, but volume is not really significantly high with this one. So for me, I would just be careful with the volume being low. It may not, be doing what you want it to do. So depending on what your investment term is or what your trading style is, if you're looking for a quick turnaround on this one, it may not happen as quickly as you want it to. But it definitely, with it being a common bottom, may be a potential rally point here since it did rally prior. So if we see on here 932, you could say is a common bottom as well, but that run was a lot shorter than this current run is. So common bottoms are a great place to look at. We'll do the trend line again. So the common bottom pattern that happened on here was only, in a 1-day trading period. So on the 17th, it went down, hit this 932 level, and then it went and hit the 932 level again. So that would be the common bottom trend line that I would look at. It rallied, and you can see at this bottom, it started to go back up. It hit this peak of 947, and then went back down to the bottom again, and then it rallied up again to this 996 level. So common bottoms are definitely a great way to look at trading. Definitely is some great information. Just in regards to this common bottom for GILT, it happened on the 20th of August and then went up to 1058. And then the second one we can see right here hit today on the 7th at noon, and then starting to go back up again. So as far as where the tops are for common bottoms, I really can't predict that. I really don't know. I don't know the correlation between the two because we have one top hit at 966 and the other top hit at 9 what is this, 994. So you know, I don't know the correlation between those two, but I do know the correlation between the common bottoms where it bounces and then it starts to go up and it bounces again off that same one and starts to go up. If we see right here in this level, you could even potentially extend this common bottom out all the way to here, but there wasn't really significant movement on this kind of front right here. It kind of was stagnant. So I would just do a total sum of all of this as the same common bottom. So in reality, you could extend the line all the way to here and then say, okay, it started to rally up from this momentum right here. So hopefully that was a clear enough example as far as common bottom is concerned. When looking at price targets, I would say they would have to go through and retest this 976 and 982 levels. So those would be some levels to look at. For the potential moving forward. If not, then you can continue the common bottom um, trend line out even further for a potential bounce off this 951 level. All right, so back to the watch list. We got, I think I went over AMC earlier. So we have AMC. AMC still looking at 47.85 as a target price. They're currently at 47.18. So they're trying to get there, rallying up pretty quickly, 47.20. So they're almost at 47.85, but that's my target price for them. One of the meme stocks, definitely looking at them. Then we talked about Apple earlier. Apple, with all the news coming out for Apple on September 14th, that'll be a very good um, very good catalyst for their movement. So Apple is a very special stock in my personal opinion because if you look at majority of the large funds, Apple is kind of like the one that has the most um, I guess shares bought for a lot of these hedge funds and huge ETFs and just general market accounts. So, a lot of accounts are riding on the performance of Apple. So, I would say Apple that makes Apple a blue chip stock. Not just that fact, but their market cap as well makes them a blue chip stock. But definitely, when things happen like updates and news on Apple, it is a pretty big deal as far as the whole market is concerned. So. That event is free. I think they'll be streaming it on YouTube. So, then also for everyone who's an Apple product holder, it'd be some great information for some potential devices to get for an early Christmas season coming up. So definitely gonna be looking at that. And then also let's look at Ford. I just saw Ford pop real quick. Ford had a low of 1281. Then just started this massive rally. So massive is in zero point 0.5 or 0.62%. But if we look, Ford is starting to spike. Let's go to their 1 minute chart. 1 minute chart looks like they had a huge spike right here. They were kind of at a lull at 1284, starting to rally, hit 1299, starting to rally even more. So yeah, look out for Ford. Ford starting to rally a little bit, and it rallied on the 30-minute chart. So it definitely was a significant push upward. They will have to retest $13 and 1305. So just bear that in mind. Those are good places. Or good resistance to see if they can break through. If they can break through that $13 level in 1305, and I think it's the same price on here. Nope. So yeah, the 30-minute chart, if they break through 13 and 1305, definitely good target prices for them potentially go back up and retest 1337. So definitely keep your eyes out on Ford as they started moving very quickly. Next, we have Neo. Neo kind of doing the same thing, getting closer to power hour. We see on here they had a high today of 4186, and then they're currently at 4103. So, not really much momentum coming in for Neo. It's kind of been pretty stagnant overall. Probably when we get to power hour, they will potentially start going back up. So definitely a lot of volume always surrounding Neo. Seems to be kind of stale at the current moment. Overall today they went up 1.59%. So overall, I think is a pretty steady day for Neo. Definitely since the 30th, so the 30th of August, they were at $36.64, jumping all the way up to 41.86. So a nice little rally in that small time span. So definitely, I think a lot of people have their eyes on Neo. There's another one that I forgot to add to the list that I'm about to add right now, and that is Xpev. Xpev being the company Xpeng. So Xpev is the stock, Xpeng is the company. Another one of the EV stocks in China. So we'll see if we can add this one to the top of the list. It'll be easier to find. So let's look at Xpev. So Xpev had a nice little rally today. So they started off the day down here around 39.48, shot all the way up to 42. What is it? They shot up to 42.51. So I would say back on the analysis side, going to do the trend line again. I would say this is common top area. So this is the top level to look at. And as far as looking at resistance lines, these are resistances that I look at. So 42.51, 42.52, I would say is a common top area. So even extending this out even further, we can say that it is a common top for multiple days. So we can see around the 26th of August, it hit this 42.50 level, and then kind of went back down. Started this massive rally again around the 30th of August, hit this 42.50 level again, then start to go back down again, hitting a I would say almost a common bottom, but I wouldn't say it's exactly a common bottom. You could argue that is a common bottom, but hit this low again around 39.20. So let's add another trend line here. So we'll say around, we'll just give it an average and say it's around 39.02. Uh, so around this $39 level, and this would be a healthy range to look at. So it gives you a large time variable to look at. So you have from the 25th all the way up until today, which is the 7th, to see how this stock is performing. So this is a nice little trading range. You can dissect this into different segments. You can say, okay, it hit this high right here, and just look at isolate just this section. So you can say between the 26th or 25th all the way to the 31st, it had a high of 42.51 and had a low of 39.02. And so take that same section, dissect it to this one again. You could say, okay, similar thing happened again, had a high of 42.50, had a low around 32.02, then start to rally back up and hit that common top again. So 42.50 I would say definitely is a resistance to look at for, and then 32.02 is definitely another bounce level to look at. So you can take that information and do whatever you want with it, whether your trading style is you are trying to do an iron condor if you're an options trader, or if you're trying to swing trade this one or day trade this one. These are definitely some levels to look at for Xpev in the span of like a little under a month time frame. So there are a little bit of patterns you can look at when looking in the market. These are some of the common things that I look at when looking if I'm going to trade a stock or not. So back to the list, we have BAC, which is for Bank of America. And then also one thing is news definitely affects these things as well. So news being release of new products, updates, financials, earnings, all those things are helpful when going to look at stocks. So those all help the price movement as well. And you can look at those and then track the release date of those articles and then how the stock performed. Those are also good things to look at as well. So looking at BAC, let's go to the 1 minute chart. So let's zoom out a little bit on the 1 minute chart. Let's see where the day started. So they had a low today of 41.51 and then shot up to 41.72. So a little fluctuation going on with that. We can go back a little bit more to the entry of today. So today they started off from this low of around 41.34, shot up to 41.85. So that was the high for today, 41.85. Haven't been back since then. They had a low around 41.43. So that was kind of a little lull for them. So 41.43 being a low. Then they hit 41.72, tried to rally back up, but it looks like they may potentially start to go down a little bit more. A lot of selling is going on and a lot of buying as well, so it's kind of 50-50, kind of stagnant. But as we get closer to the power hour, I think these will turn around as well. Next, we have ticker sign CLOV for Clover Health. Clover Health been doing okay in my personal opinion. Today they shot all the way up to $11.13, so it was a nice high for them. They started the day. Let's go back down. They started the day around this price range, around 9.23. And then hit that 11.15 high today. So I mean 11.13 high today. So definitely a nice little run that they had today. Going to be looking to see if this one can go and retest 1062 and 1055. So hopefully they'll break through that 1055 and 1062 level. Definitely a lot of people talking about Clover Health. It is one of the meme stocks, so it is part of the Wall Street Bets community. So definitely rallies quite a bit off of that news. And then let's see if they'll hit 11.13. So um, seems a little bit of volume coming on this one. Some buying and some selling, some buying and some selling. But we'll see how they perform as the market continues to get closer to the power hour. Next, we have ADAP. So ADAP had a nice day today. Hit $6.82. Fell down to what I would say is like a new resistance around the 654 level, 656 level. Seems to be a new resistance for them because it didn't go down further. It kind of stayed right here for quite a while. So started off around this low of 614, shot all the way up to 682. So that was a nice little rally for them. But as far as the whole day is concerned, if we go back to the entry for today, they shot up to, or they started down here, shot up to 610. So when the market opened, they kind of shot up to 610 and then continued their rally up a little more to 682. So from their 610 kind of starting place to 682, nice little rally for today, nice little momentum play for ADAP. So definitely was some good money being made with ADAP if you were swing trading it. But depending on your trading style, you know, that'll be when you take profits. Everybody takes profits at different times, and everybody has a different trading style. So we can see that overall for the whole day, they're up 32.59%. It looks like they're trying to start to rally back up. They will have to retest 682 though. So 682 is definitely a nice target price to look at for ADAP. Next up, we got MTL. MTL at $4.47. Now 460 seems to be a high for them. They will have to retest 460. Zooming out some more, they did have a nice spike today. So they ended the week last week at 322. So ending on a pretty low level, but then jumping up today to 460. So nice little increase for them. They did have a lull today, which was probably a pretty good entry point at $4.02. This is around 11:30. So at 11:30, they had a low of $4.02, which was a great entry point to potentially jump in. And then you could erode that trade all the way up to 460. So Definitely with some money to be made on MTL. They did have a little bearish downward trend today, but then kind of rally back up to this 460 level. They're at 450, so it looks like they're trying to go back and retest 460. So 445 was kind of the target price to see if they'll break through. They have surpassed that. They're at 449, and they will have to go retest 460. So we'll see if they finish strong and beat this 460 level, or if they'll continue to bounce off 445. Either or. Next up, we have OPAD. OPAD hit a high today of $11.55. Starting off, they had a low today of 9.72. So around 11 o'clock, 11:30. What is this? What is the exact time? 11:24 is when they had this low of 9.72. Was a great entry point to look at, and then they jumped all the way up to 11.55. So just imagine if you jumped into all these little ones, you know, what's like two. You have a little $2 increase here, $3 increase here, $4 profit there. All of those add up over time. So don't think you got to put $1,000 on one play. The little wins add up over time. So definitely just bear that in mind. Looks like they are starting to rally again. I see a lot of buy options starting to come in on the tick by tick. So they're at 11:02. They will have to retest 11:55. So let's see if they can finish this day strong by retesting 11:55. Next up, we have SRZN. SRZN, kind of stagnant right now. Not really too much movement. They did have a spike around, what is this, 232, or 132, I have to say. No, that's 232. Yeah, 232. They went all the way up to 1120, so they shot up to 1120. If we look at the whole day in general, though, they had a high of $12.27. So this comes from starting the day as low as $8.24 or 8.13. So this morning at around 10:52, they were at 8.13, and then they shot all the way up to 12.27. So a nice little rally for them today overall. Definitely looking very healthy, but kind of stagnant right now at the current moment at this 1051 level. So they will have to go retest 1227, but first they'll have to retest 1060. I think 1060 is going to be a pretty good resistance level for them, which is this moving average 100 line. 1060, if they can break through that, then going to be looking at 1121 is the next resistance, and then going to be looking at this 1227 level. Next up, we have RNXT. They shot up to 988 today. So I think they were actually higher today. Yeah, they shot all the way up to 1114 at the beginning of trading today. And this was from their previous close, which was at $7.80. So early morning in the market open, they definitely shot up significantly to this 1114. So from 780 to 1114 was a nice little increase on them. So definitely gonna be looking to see how they perform. 916 was another low for them, but then they had this rally from 916 to 988, which seems to be pretty significant overall. They're falling back down, and I would say maybe another potential common bottom. So definitely going to be looking to see how this performs. So a common bottom that they had before was at 1111. They hit 916. They hit that exact 916 again at 1113. 1133. So going to be looking at to see if they'll get down to this 916 again. If they do get down to 916 again, maybe a common bottom and maybe a potential rally point for them. So they hit this 916, rallied up, fell back down to 916, rallied up again, and then they kind of just did their own thing from there, but did not hit this 916 low again. So 916 definitely a important level to keep in mind when looking at RNXT. Next up, we have ticker sign IRNT. So they're starting to rally a little bit, fluctuating a lot. There's a lot of volume surrounding this one. So they had a low of 1895, so that was a great entry point. They shot up to 21, was this 21.31, and this was around 2:15. So we can see, just going back to the beginning portion of trading for today. So they started off at a low today around 16, was around 16.55, and then today shot all the way up to 29.68. So 29.68 was the high for today. We'll see if they can go retest that as they begin to rally, getting closer to this power hour. So 1895 is kind of the low where they kind of fell back down to. It's not as low as the 16 something value that they started off at, but it definitely is pretty low considering that $29 level that they hit. So this one is starting to rally a little bit. Key level to look at is 20.34. So its moving average 100 is at $20.34. They will have to retest that. And then if they retest that, going to be looking to see if they can shoot up to this 29.68 high that they had today at 10:45. Next up, we have VIH. Had a high of $12.40 that they hit today. So as market open, they shot all the way up to 12.40. So that was their high today. They had a low of 10.70. So 10.70 and 12.40 is definitely a large gap. So this was kind of the opposite direction. So they shot up early in the morning at 12.40 and then fell all the way down to 10.70. So that was definitely a quite a low that they had for them, but was potentially a good entry point at this 1070 because they immediately rallied back up to about 1148, and then they shot up again to this 1181 level. So they're currently at 1134. They will have to go retest 1147. So that's not too bad overall. 1147 and 1141. So those are going to be prices that I'm looking at, and then going to see if they can retest 1180. So overall, don't think they'll rally back up to that $12.40 level, but if they do, it might potentially be in the after hours. So definitely in the immediate future, going to be looking at 1147 and 1141 for a potential rally point, and then going to be looking at 1180 for the next position. So next on here we have EDU. So EDU is at 230, 239. They had a low of 238. So 239 is definitely a key level to look at for them. They went up to 243, but I don't think that was the highest that they were today. Let's go back and look at some more of their price movement. So they started off, they started off today, jumped up to 243 and then went up to 253. So 253 is the high for EDU. So that's definitely a key target price to look at, and then also to look at this 243 level. So 243 is definitely going to be a key target price to look at for them. 241 and 241 is definitely going to be another key target price to look at for them, and then 243. So if they can break through 241, 243 is going to be the next level, and then going to be looking at where they hit today as their high at 253. So next one on here we have Hippo, HIPO. So they hit a high today of 685. So they had a low or a common bottom that I would say around this 614 level. So take my trend line generator, go right here, and then go right here. So from 11 o'clock to 153, I would say they hit that common bottom. So they hit this common bottom at 11:02, started to rally back up, hit a high for that run of 669, and then continued their rally to hit 685. So nice little entry point right here around this $6.06 level. Then hit this common bottom again, and then start to rally back up again, hitting 675. So definitely going to be looking at that overall. Getting killed on ETH. Yeah, Ethereum is starting to go down like crazy. So yeah, Ethereum is the whole crypto market is looking very bearish. So just switching over to that, yeah, Ethereum. I mean, I think it's like down $500 today. It was last week or a couple days ago like $3,900. So yeah, I feel your pain on that. Cardano as well, looking down. Cardano may be the only one that may be green in a couple of days with the release of Alonzo that was confirmed just a few minutes ago on Charles Hoskins' Twitter page. So I think everyone's going to be focused on Alonzo and how it can uh, move forward. So as far as all the rest of these, um, it is considered Bitcoin Day today because the country of El Salvador has adopted officially Bitcoin as legal tender. So they bought $21 million worth of Bitcoin, and so that's why the price went up this weekend to like 52K. But since then, I think people sold off when that happened. So definitely going to be interesting ride for Bitcoin moving forward and Ethereum. Going on here, we have the next one, which is PFE. This is for Pfizer. Pfizer shot up today to $47.50. So that was kind of what happened on their open. So they opened up around, let's see, $46.78, and then shot up to $47.50. So that was a nice little increase run. But since then, they have started a bearish downward trend, hitting a low of $46.54. So going to be looking to see how they perform. Overall, huge catalyst for this one is definitely going to be the approval of the booster shots. So whenever that news comes out, I think that'll be a huge catalyst forward for the company Pfizer. So, waiting on the update of that news. I think I saw that it was supposed to be. I think Fauci said it was supposed to come out the 24th. Let's see. Actually wrote it down. Well, I can't remember the exact date, but I think it was sometime in September that they were supposed to be releasing the. Um, I think whether they were going to release it or not release it. And I think it was sometime in September. So that's going to be the next catalyst for Terrasan PFE moving forward. Next, we have Root, which is another suggestion from the earlier stream. And this one starting a bearish downward trend, and it hit $5.87. So starting a bearish downward trend, overall hit a high. Let's see, hit a high today of 628, but since then it's kind of fallen down. They hit a low this morning of $5.91, and then going up to 528. So that was a nice little increase. They have since set a new bottom at 587, which is lower than this 591 level. So definitely looking to see how they perform. 591, I would say they're currently at their common bottom, which is where they started the day. So common bottom being they hit this level again. So if I can get my stylus out, so hitting this common bottom right here. So it's where they start the day off. Then they just hit that common bottom right there, 591. So we'll see what they do from here. If they start a rally back up, they will have to retest this 595 level and this 590. What is this? 593 level and 595 level. So they will have to retest both of those at this common bottom that they currently are at. And so uh, it seems like it's starting to rally up just a little bit. Went up to 592. So we'll see. We'll see how they perform. Doesn't seem like there's much volume surrounded with this one, so it may move a little slower. But it's starting a small rally up to 592. up 1 cent from that common bottom of 591. Next up, we have Pltr for Palantir. Palantir had a little rally today. They started off at a low of 26.32, so they were down 26.32, and then hit 26.32 again. So, like I said earlier, it's another common bottom. So, common bottoms being important to keep in mind. All right, so yeah, common bottom. They hit this low level. Did see not really much movement going on for them over here. And then we could see after they hit that common bottom, they start to rally up to the 26.79 level. So uh, they will have to retest 26.79, which they're only 3 cents away from doing, but definitely something to look at for overall. Yeah, I see a lot of hype on Hippo too, or HIPO. I'll keep calling it Hippo. But like I said earlier, there's a common bottom at this level, and they already shot up to this 685 level. Had another common bottom where they hit, and they went all the way up to 673. They may be on a downward trajectory and may hit this common bottom again at 614. I would just say be careful with this one. They may potentially go back down and hit this 614 level again. If not, they will have to retest this moving average 150 of 646 and 655. So definitely keep an eye out on those two. If it does continue its bearish downward trend, it may hit another common bottom of this 614. So 614 is definitely a place to look at for HIPO. And then if they start to rally up, look at 685. 685 seems to be a common top or a double top level that they had. So if we take this trend line, we can see they hit the same level twice. And this was from 116 all the way to 128. And so that's the time frame. Uh, so I would say just be a little cautious with this one. It did already hit the 614 common bottom, but I would say just be cautious. There is a lot of hype around this one, but I would say if you do 614 may be a good entry point, as we see that was where the rally began at this time right here. So looking even further down, starting off where it closed last week, it was all the way down here at 602, no 620, sorry 620, and then rallied up today. So it has had a nice little increase for today, but this resistance 614 is definitely something to consider when looking at the stock itself. So next we have AEHR. So they are starting to go down, having uh, a red bearish pattern starting to go on here. So let's see, 920. So they hit 920. What is this? 915, and then they have 910. So definitely look at this one to see it continue to go down. 915 seems to be a common bottom for this one. So definitely look and see how this one performs. Let's get that old trend line out again. So let's look at this level and this level. Well, it's still going down on this one. So we may want to use our common bottom as this 910 level. So let's see, will they get all the way down to that level? Ooh, this one is just continuing to go down. So at 905, went down to 905, and then hit this level right here. Start to rally back up to 906. This one is just going crazy. The key level to look for is definitely going to be looking at 933 and 930, no, 931 and 933. So they will have to retest 933 and 931. So definitely going to be keeping eyes out on AEHR. Now I would like to also go look at some background information on this, see what's going on with them. So BBIG hitting a high of 913. So nice little massive rally on that one. Huge volume jumping in on this one. They were earlier today. They started off from a low of like 763, jumping all the way up to 913. Huge volumes in BBIG. So they will have to retest 913, but we'll see where they go from here. Overall, still bullish on this one. Moving average 10 above 5100. VWAP still looking slightly low on this one, but overall they are rallying a little bit. I think they have lost some steam potentially, so they may be falling back down. So I'd say just be cautious on BBIG. A lot of people may be selling off, especially considering it was like at 7 something earlier. So, if people bought around 7 something, as it gets closer to the market closing, they may try to take profits since it hit this 913 level. Next up, we have TAL. So TAL looking a little bearish, hit 582. So 582 is definitely a level to look at for. First, I would look at 577. 577 looks like to be a pretty key level for them. That's where the moving average 100 is. They will have to break through 577, but this is on a downward bearish trend. So use caution with this one as well, as it is starting to fall down. So if there are any other ones you want me to look at, make sure you put them down below into the chat. I think everybody else would appreciate some more suggestions on what everybody else is looking at as far as trading is concerned. Next up, we have Z-Ipo. Z-Ipo had a low of 210, hit 229, and then just hit 230. So starting a nice little rally back up. Definitely going to be looking at Z-Ipo. They will have to retest 243, which is the high that they hit for today. So that is for Z-Ipo. A lot of volume surrounding this one as well, hitting that 230 high, or 230 current high. It's not the daily high. The daily high is 243, but currently, 230 is their current high from this 210 dip that they had around 133. Next up, we got OG, the OG. So OG hit 470 today, starting off from a low of 288. So we're all the way up to 470 today. It's currently at 440. They will have to retest this 470 level. So we'll see how they perform. If they continue this bearish downward trend, though, may not be hitting that level. Definitely going to be looking at 416 as a resistance level. Next up, we got RKLB. So this is for Rocket Labs. Shot up to 1578. So 1578 is kind of the high they had. They are starting to fall back down. As they fall down, look for 1454 as another level. So RKLB definitely one to consider looking at as they start to go down. But they did hit this high of 1578. So that is for RKLB. Rocket Labs. So as for today, their high was 1646. So we'll see how they perform as the market enters power hour. So we are in power hour. It is almost the middle of power hour. So let's go to some of the power ones up here. We have, let's look at AMC. AMC definitely starting to try to go back up, rallying though a little bit, not too much. Though not really much bullish momentum behind this one. 46.42 is kind of their low. They're at 46.70. So we'll see how they perform if they continue this rally upwards. Looks like there's a lot of people jumping in to buy though at this 46.76 level. They will have to retest 46.98 and 46.87. Next up, we have Kplt that had a low of 651. So, going to be looking to see what they do at this level. If they continue to go back up, they will have to retest 667 and 663. Next up, we have Xpev. Xpev, we can see that they had a common top of 42.50. So, going to be looking to see if they can retest that. But as the market starts to uh, continue on with Power Hour, they will have to retest 42.05, which is the moving average 100 line. Next up, we have CLOV for Clover Health. Excuse me. They had a high of 1113. Going to be looking to see if they can retest that. They are at 1071, so they will have to retest this level and rallying a little bit at their current place. So definitely seems like there's a lot of strength coming in with this one at their current price of 1069, 1070. A lot of fluctuation going on in this one. A lot of orders coming in for this one as well. So this one is moving pretty quickly. A huge order just came in on there, so definitely gonna be looking to see how they perform as the market continues on. So a lot of big orders coming in for them that I'm starting to see on this tick for tack. But there's a really huge order that came in. It seems like there's a really huge sell now that came in. So definitely very interesting, very volatile on Clover Health. Next up, we have BAC for Bank of America. Bank of America is looking a little bit bearish. 41.53 is kind of low. They had 41.70 was kind of like a high area. We can see 41.72 um, is another high. So 41.70, 41.72 being the high region, and 41.60, 41.56 is their current price, but 41.53 was kind of their low. So definitely going to be looking to see if BAC can rally back up a little bit more. Next one on here we have is Neo. Neo having a low of 40.81. So they currently are at 40.86. They will have to jump back up. They did have a high today of 41.12 with the low of 40.72. So going to be looking to see if they can hit that 41.12 level again. So going to be looking at Neo as they continue to rage on. Let's see some of the ones on here. Which ones are fluctuating the most? You see AMC is fluctuating quite a bit. So let's scroll down the list a little bit more and see what some of the other ones are doing. Alright, yeah, so it seems like just the top ones are the ones that are rallying the most. Neo seems to be having a lot of fluctuations as the market continues through this power hour. Looks like they're trying to rally. They will have to retest 40.94. So definitely be looking at Neo for that 40.94 level. seems to be mixed buying and selling coming in for both of these. So for uh, some of the meme stocks like AMC I see in the corner right here is starting to rally a little bit. We can see Neo is fluctuating quite a bit, starting to go down. The tick by tick portion, which is selling, buying and selling, it seems like there are a lot of buy orders that come in. Then immediately after, there are a lot of sell orders that come in. So pretty 50-50 on the trading for Neo. They will have to retest 4105 though. So let's go into Apple. Apple with this news coming out of their event. They've already started sending invitations for their Apple Day event. So they're gearing up for that to be on September the 14th. So next Tuesday, Apple event is going to be out. 157.10 is what they hit today. They will have to retest 157.10. But then fell all the way down today to 156.61 and then 156.56. So Apple definitely showing a lot of different uh, fluctuations in their stock price today. Then let's look on at Clover Health. So Clover Health hitting that 177 level and then falling back down. They will have to retest this 1113 level, but this rally seems to have lost some steam. It was shot up from 1026 and then shot all the way up to 1078 and then kind of lost steam from 1078 to 1078 is going to be another resistance level to look at to consider as they try to go back and retest 1113. So definitely some more fluctuations coming in for CLOV, which is Clover Health. Then we see AMC. AMC starting to rally just a little bit. We can see that 46.42 was the low for them, and then 46.87 is where they're currently at. 46.96 is where they will have to jump up to. So 47.44 was like a high for them today. So definitely going to be looking to see if they can retest that price point. So we're at 1529, almost at 1530. So we're about halfway through the power hour. So, which stocks are you guys looking at for today? What's on you guys' watch list? Are you looking at crypto? Are you looking at stocks? We already had Tenvir on here say that he's looking at ETH getting killed, and then also looking at HIPO. Earlier we had Jamel Miles said he was looking at GILT. Did a quick breakdown of that. Is there anybody else looking at any other different stocks? If you're looking at some other plays, make sure you drop them down below in the chat. Will definitely help out everybody as the market continues on with this power hour. So we're officially at the halfway point of power hour. Looking at AMC at the current moment, looking at it start to have a little bit of a sell-off at 46.79. Yeah, AMC looks like it is starting to struggle just a little bit to hold that level. I'm looking at Ford. Ford did rally back up. Ford rallied back up pretty nicely. So they were at 1282, shot up to 1304. But overall, Ford did have a nice little rally today. So I'm going to be looking at Ford on the previous days to see how they perform. They did shoot up today to 1304. That was their high for today. And so they hit 1304 again. So another peak to peak level. So they may fall back down after that. So definitely gonna be looking at Ford to see how they perform with that peak to peak of 1304. So 1304 seems to be a nice little resistance level for them. So let's see if they'll retest 1304. I don't know if they will, but hopefully they can. Um, hopefully they can. Then let's look at Neo. Neo looking a little bit bearish as we get closer to a close of the market. A little bit of bearish trend setting up for Neo. So next up we have Clover Health. So Clover Health starting a small little rally. They will have to retest this 1113 though. They're starting to rally a little bit more. They will have to retest 1113 from where they currently are at. 1113 was their high for today, and that is the level they will have to retest. So we'll see. I don't know if many people are jumping into Clover Health, but you know, a little bit of small little rally coming in on Clover Health though. Seems to be on the tick by tick a lot of buying going on for Clover Health at the current moment. So Clover Health may start this rally getting closer, and I think the rally is beginning. Look at Clover Health already at 1082, 1081 and starting to climb. There's a nice little push for Clover Health right there. So yeah, meme stocks showing strength. A lot of people trying to buy, so it was a huge amount of sell orders came in immediately after that. But I think more buy orders just came in, so it is beginning to rally. So on this tick by tick, there are a lot of buy orders that just came in, way more than the sell orders. So definitely gonna be looking to see how this Clover Health investment continues to grow. Yeah, so they're starting to rally a little bit more than they previously were. All right, we start to see AMC start to rally too. AMC is beginning its rally. So it just popped over here. AMC beginning its rally. It will do a retest 47.44, but it's starting its rally, getting closer to the end of power hour, getting closer to the end of market trading. They did hit $47. I saw they were only 44 cents away from that high, but you know they immediately fell back down. So let's see if they continue this rally for AMC. Draft 46.95. Yeah, it seems like the rest of these are a little bit stagnant, but there are a lot of people jumping into AMC that I just saw. Do you have Apple? Let's see what Apple's doing. Apple's starting a small little rally too. They'll have to retest 157.10, but they're starting a small little rally as well. And then AMC making its push, but they'll have to retest this 47, 44 level. So let's see what else on here. Let's see. BAC starting to try to rally, but it's getting just blasted. Had a high 41.71, fell all the way down to 41.45. So a little bit of bearish patterns to set up towards the end of trading for BAC. I thought it would be bullish for most of the day. And then Clover Health, we see is still pretty stagnant where it's at. They will have to retest 11.13. So 11.13 being this peak right here, they will have to retest that. The rest of these aren't really moving price point wise, so I don't really know much about what they're doing company wise. I don't really have the press releases for all of them in front of me, so all I can do is go off of the chart. So 46.79 is currently where AMC is at. If you have any stocks that you want me to go over, make sure you put them in the chat below. AMC trying to rally. Seems like they just keep hitting this resistance though. They're trying to rally so bad. We will see. We will see. So they're fluctuating between the 70 cent level and this 80 cent level. Okay, they finally just hit 46.80, but nowhere else does it really seem like they've gone anywhere else since then. Oh, 46.82, 81.82. Um, as we get closer to the market close, we got about 20 more minutes left before the market comes to a complete close. So definitely some moves being made as it gets closer to that. We can also see down here that I'm seeing at the corner of my eye, BAC, doing its thing. 41.71 is where it has to go back up to. So it is at 41. 42, we'll have to rally back up and retest this 41.61 and 41.58 level. So, gonna be looking at that. Xpev, starting to pop as well, hitting 42.01, starting its little rally. We can see that its high today was 42.50, so let's see if it's on its road back to that 42.50 common top level. So we'll definitely look at that. Kplt 657 had a low of 651. Today they had a high of, let's keep scrolling, of 746. So high of 746. That's what they'll have to retest as they start to pop back up here around 657. And now we got AMC at 46.90. So AMC looking a little bullish. looking a little bit bullish. Looks like it might want to break out and then go retest this level right here of this 47 40. Looking a little bullish on AMC, and then immediately start to sell off. So what's going on with that. Let's see which other ones are moving. Let's go to CLOV for Clover Health. They will have to retest 1113. Looks like just some more sideways trading going on with them. They're up today 20.98%. So that is for Clover Health. Let's look at Neo. Neo at 40.83. They will have to retest 41.12. So let's see if they can do it. They're starting a little small rally as well at 40.84, but they've got quite a bit of ways to go to retest that 41.12 level. So don't know as far as movement and volume is concerned. Don't really know if there's much volume surrounding Neo. AMC starting to rally again. So AMC at 46.88, 46.86. We got, just about 15 minutes left before this market closes. AMC starting its rally. Even Mmat starting to rally. So Mmat jumping up to 551. So Mmat looking nice overall with the low today around 512. So Mmat starting its rally back upward at 51.51, up 0.01%. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's go down to some of these. Are these making any moves? Not really any movement or price action going on for some of these down here. Yeah, so I'll scroll back to the top up here and see what these are doing. 47.04 is where it's at again. So we'll have to hit this 47.44 or is it 47.40? 47.51. We'll have to hit this 47.51. We'll see if it can get there. Let's see if it'll get there. 47.03, it's starting its rally. We're at about the 15-minute mark left before trading closes. And Apple's starting to pop too. So Apple going up 157.03. So they'll have to retest 157.26. They're at 157.04. Nice little bullish run starting. Great entry point right here around 249 at 156.56. But they're at 157.02. So definitely looking nice for Apple. Ford, let's look at Ford. Ford hit that 1304 level, but don't really know where it's going after that. Seems to be a resistance around this 1304. Apple still trying to hold on to this 157 level. They're up 1.79% today though. Up hit 157.07. So definitely gonna be looking at them. They are starting to rally. 157.07. Uh, let's see. Let's see. Um, Xpev on here. We can see Xpev is at 41.87. Kplt is at 6.48. They had a low of 6.42. Gone up, they'll have to retest 6.62 and 6.59. So we have less than 15 minutes left in the market. So let's see how these perform. MLT looking bullish. MLT starting to rally. MLT starting to rally. MTL, my bad. MTL starting to rally. Hitting 505. They hit that 505 level. They kind of start to fall off since then, but they hit 505. Very volatile, but MTL starting to rally as we get closer to the end. About 13 minutes left to trading. 516, 514, 516. MTL looking nice, looking nice. Starting to rally. Then they had a little bit of a sell off, hit that 519 level. This one is going crazy. MTL's going crazy. Wow, fell all the way back down after hitting that 519 level. $4.99, 5. A lot of volatility in MTL. So they will have to retest this 519 level. Watching MTL pretty closely. $5.02, $5.04. Let's see, $5.05. Can they continue to rally? In the meantime, let's go look at some of the other ones. So let's look at AMC. AMC hitting the 47.50. So AMC with a nice rally to 47.50. And climbing. AMC's climbing even more. 47. Hit like 47.40 something. But that 47.50 definitely a significant level for AMC. Looking very bullish on AMC. Kplt starting to rally as well. They'll have test 661, so looking out for that. Ford, I was really hoping to look for Ford to get back to this 1304 level for them to retest that high. Next is Neo. Neo looking like it's down. It's bearish. Trajectory was down. So at 40.73 is kind of the lowest that Neo is at. Next we have BAC. BAC looking bearish as well, starting to go down a little bit more. 41.38. They did hit a low of 41.34, so not too far away from that low. Going to be looking to see how BAC continues to go. As this market gets closer and closer, got less than 10 minutes before market close, so some volatility jumping into some of these plays. Definitely gonna be looking at some of these as they continue to go on. Clover next, we got Clover Health. Clover Health had a low of 1026. Shot up a little bit more. We could see they hit 1113. So we'll see how Clover Health continues to go moving forward. A little bit of momentum jumping into this one, but 1113 is definitely a price target to look at for Clover Health. ADAP at 645. Not really much momentum going on them. MTL still fluctuating. They did hit that 519 high. We'll see where they go. Going back down to 499. They will have to retest this 519 level. So overall, going to be looking at MTL to see if they can continue this rally going back up. Very volatile movement on MTL. Let's look at BBIG. BBIG still looking strong. We'll have to retest 995 on BBIG, but overall still looking like it may continue to rally a little bit more for BBIG. Seems to be some big numbers coming through for BBIG though. Yeah, a lot of fluctuation going on BBIG. Um, Price kind of all over the place. Vinco Ventures. So that's BBIG. Let's go back up to the top of the list. So we still have Kplt, which hasn't really done much. Xpev, which is kind of stagnant where it's at. We can see AMC is still going up a little bit, but going sideways now, hitting that 47.50 high. They'll have to retest 47.50 now. Ford overall still green today, hitting 1304. I really thought it would retest 1304, but it seems to be losing a little bit of steam at the current moment. So definitely going to be still looking at Ford though as strength builds on it. Clover Health, 1026 is the low. Looks like they're starting to rally a little bit at 1077. They'll have to test 1113 as well. So looking at them for a potential 1113 target price. So they are going up a little bit. Currently at 1077, 76 time frame. 1083 is going to be a key place to look at for them. That is 1083. So we got about 6 minutes left for the market to be continuing to open. So let's see how these go. So they're getting really close to that 1083 level. 1083 is a very important level for them. With 5 minutes left of open. AMC seems to be losing steam, hasn't gotten back up to 47.50 yet, still at 47.26. MTL back down to 490. 494 after hitting 519. RN XT starting to rally a little bit. We can see they're starting to go up. They're currently at 977. Going back, we can see 988 was definitely a target price to keep in mind. Let's see if they surpass it. They are rallying pretty significantly at 980. So 985 now. 988 is definitely that target price to look at. They're only 3 cents away from that, so 988 definitely going to be an important level to look at. So 988, can they surpass 988? Looks like they hit that 95 resistance and haven't been able to jump back up past that. Down back to 977, so didn't really hit the 988 level. So they're back down now. $9.83, 84. They're getting very close to that 988 level. 83, 983. 3 minutes left to go. $9.82, $9.86. Ooh, $9.86. They're almost at that $9.88 level. Almost at $9.88. Man, they keep getting really close to it. Anyway, let's look at AMC. AMC at 47.82. Up at a high level. Nice little rally for AMC. Nice little rally for AMC. 47.82 was the high that they had for today, and looks like they just surpassed it. So they just surpassed their high for today at 47.87, and let the breakout begin. So 47.87, they're continuing upward and onward at this rate. So 47.87, 88, definitely new highs for AMC. So AMC is looking very bullish at the moment with 2 minutes left to trading. Definitely looking very bullish on AMC. Yeah, 47.85, 47.86. Looking bullish on AMC. Let's look at some of these other ones. TAL, still looking bearish. Let's look at Z-Ipo. Z-Ipo had a low of 215. Currently at 219. We'll need to retest 230. I think this 220 range will probably be where they're at for most of the day. Yeah, we got 1 minute left of trading before the market closes. Looking at a lot of these plays, they're not really much that are having significant momentum. Let's go back towards the top. Some of them actually fluctuating red, 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 red. So the market is officially closed, and a lot of these just turned red. So means that they're in the after hours, they're starting to sell off. So very interesting day of trading in general. AMC's definitely want to watch, but it has a lot of fluctuations. It did fluctuate a lot towards the end of trading. But overall, a very interesting day of trading. So make sure you hit that thumbs up. Definitely helps the YouTube out for the video. Share the video, like the video, and good luck to everybody out there trading. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.